Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine. What about you?
Yeah, it's a very hot day, very humid
Yeah,
one, so it's unbearable outside.
things have become very hot these days.
How about your end?
Same.
It's humid?
No respite.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get more difficult in the June, July, after
Maybe
this month. Yes.
predictions are like that also only.
Yeah.
For few
So
days, what, pardon?
what are we discussing today?
Not think thought about it. Hmm.
There is a new trend. We can talk about it.
Okay.
Like you must have heard this recent comment by one of the uh, cockroach. He called them cockroach. I don't know.
I
You
know.
heard that?
You say I know.
What is his name?
Justice Surikant.
It's so hot. I have to keep two kids in my room. They went to a school. They are my sister's kids. So they
Oh.
are in the room. So I have to. Babu, gate बंद करो उसको.
Yeah, these
Like,
things happens.
yes, yes, yes. They are here because they don't want to be under the fan. They told me that take us to your room. We
Oh.
want to be in the AC. I
Yeah,
said that,
it happens.
yeah. Yes,
Hmm.
they are just coming from school, so I told them we
Too
can be
early they
here.
return.
Yes, yes, I went and picked them up because it's just so hot. The teacher called,
Okay.
and if we wanted to pick up, we could.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, so Srikant, his name is Srikant.
I don't remember the name who created that
Hmm.
part. Yeah, Justice Srikant, yes, I think. Nahi,
Hmm.
Justice Surikant.
Suryakant. Okay.
Yeah.
Suryakant, Justice Chief of India. Chief Justice of
Chief
India.
Justice of India.
Yeah.
I think
So what
Surikant
do you think of
Pandey,
this new trend?
I think he's some Pandey, I think maybe. I don't remember
Hmm.
the exact surname.
So what do you think of his opinion? I don't think it's new.
No, it's new. Nobody has
Hmm.
given this kind of statement ever.
Not publicly, but at least that's the kind of mindset they have.
Yeah, they do have this kind of mindset, but people who are in just public life, they just refrain from giving this kind of statement.
Hmm.
And mostly politicians don't even dare to give this kind of a statement. But as he has given a statement, despite being in such a powerful position, so it has
Hmm.
become a kind of movement also. And this guy who has created this party, he has got
Hmm.
nearly 11.1 million subscribers in 3 days.
Followers, yes, yes. 16 million, I guess. Or
Yesterday it
11.
was 6.3.
Hmm.
And now only just 10 minutes ago, I just checked it. It was 11.1 million.
11 point something, yeah, not 16.
Hmm. No, yesterday it was 6.3 million.
Okay.
Now it's
So just in
11.1
3 days.
million.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
Do you think it's gonna make any changes? This number of supporters on Instagram.
I
I think
don't
they will
know.
forget this trend.
I don't
Hmm.
know. But if you'll bring some change, I think we should welcome it. But it's a
Why
movement
not?
of youth. Because look, it's a movement of youth. The kind of
Yes.
change the youth have brought in Nepal and other places, I think if that kind of change will come in India, I think that will be better. It will be good for India.
Hmm.
Kind of politics which these traditional politicians are doing and traditional parties are doing is very bad.
Hmm. Exactly. But I think it does. It is just going to be just one kind of trend. And after a week, people will forget about this also.
No, lots of good people are supporting this trend. I found that even Anurag Kashyap was supporting this one, and
Hmm.
I saw one more. prominent person. I just forgot his name.
Hmm.
They have started to get support from them as well.
Yeah. I
So
think Anurag Kashyap is vocal. Whatever he does,
very
he is
vocal.
vocal. Hmm.
Hmm.
Because he is not after money anymore. I don't know about his past, but if you see his filmography, he just wants to experience things. He
Look,
goes to all the film festivals.
he never was behind money. He
Hmm.
was just wanted to create good cinema.
Yeah.
But in India, he didn't get this much that much success. The kind of success he
Hmm.
could have got.
Yes, he deserves.
Hmm. He made
And even if
excellent
you,
movies, but the crowd, the masses aren't ready for his kind of movies. But his
yeah,
movies are very good. And he is the only director, I think, who is invited in international festivals often.
if every festival you see his Instagram, or he's always traveling, he's always talking to like all the directors, all the filmmakers internationally,
Hmm.
and he has good connection because how authentic he is.
Hmm. Even when Johnny Boyle, or I am just forgetting the name of the director, when he was making
Hmm.
Slumdog Millionaire, he
Hmm.
consulted Anurag Kashyap.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
And the
Yeah.
I think,
If
last 2 years, two documentaries have won Oscars for Indian directors.
hmm.
And both the
Yeah.
directors were in touch with Anurag Kashyap. Like one is Gurjit Monga or something, and the other is
Hmm.
the Bengali girl from Purulia. And they both
Hmm.
were in touch with Anurag Kashyap, and they both have won Oscars. So this shows that
Yeah.
what kind of qualities he's having. That even they try to be in touch with him.
Hmm. So, do you think if a lot of people like Anurag Kashyap, who has at least some kind of influence, this movement has some kind of future?
I don't know. Can't be said anything much.
Hmm.
But Modi will just or the present government will just suppress it very hard.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
This might come anytime. The kind of
Hmm.
situation has become in this country now that it is very tough
Hmm.
to just sustain this kind of movement. And they have seen the result in Nepal. So why they will just encourage this kind of movement in India?
Exactly.
But if they will suppress, they will become unpopular among the youth. So it's tougher
Yeah.
because of this Hindutva just slogan and all. BJP has
Hmm.
got the support of youth. Lots of youth supports them.
Hmm.
So they will lose their faith also if they will try to suppress this kind of movement. And you can see that how popular this movement is, that within 3 days, it got around 11.1 million supporters. Can you imagine?
Yes.
It's having
Yeah.
more followers than BJP.
Hmm.
BJP as a
They are
party don't
comparing.
have that much followers.
Yeah.
And
So
BJP
it shows
is
that
the
how
biggest party in the
suppressed
world.
people are feeling.
Hmm?
It also shows that how suppressed people are feeling,
Yeah,
especially
at
the
least
lower
it's an
middle class
indicator
families.
that people are in anguish and people are
Hmm.
suffering and people want the redressal of their grievances. And if
Yeah.
BJP or the any government will come or is running this government or this system, they will have to think about it. Otherwise, they will have to feel consequences.
Hmm.
And think this kind
Even
of thing has happened in many countries, not just Nepal, even Sri Lanka too face some kind of similar kind of thing. Even in
yeah.
Bangladesh also.
Yes, all our neighbors have
Why
gone through
why
this.
that kind of thing can't happen in India? India is having, I don't think exact number, but maybe 50% plus youths. And if they will be in anguish, then definitely no government can just remain in power.
Yeah.
But after marriage, it becomes tough to just support any movement. But once
Yes.
they start having the responsibility of wife and children and their own elderly father and mother, etc. But if
Hmm.
one is in youth, they can take this because they don't have any kind of responsibility. And it's a youth movement, so maybe this might get success. And everybody, at least
Yeah.
rational people should support this movement, definitely.
Let's hope so. You
Hmm.
know, the funny thing is, we had a discussion about this book, that why poor don't kill rich. Do you
Yeah,
remember this?
yeah, I remember.
Hmm. Have you read that book?
No.
I wanted to read this, but again I couldn't. So that book also deals with ideas like this, because if you see the social inequality in our Indian country is in our country is, I don't know about other countries, but here it is on a very different scale.
It's
The
pathetic.
difference
In
is,
other countries, at least in European American continent, you won't find this much disparity of economy at the level of economy. But here
yeah,
in India, the disparity is
hmm,
very high.
exactly,
And it's been
exactly,
historical reasons too are responsible for this thing.
100%.
Again, we will end up in just caste.
Hmm. You know, the you mentioned the past. I don't think Congress was good either. The
Hmm?
kind of things they have done in the past.
The
Congress
Congress was at least better than BJP.
better than, but I don't think how accurate information do you have about the emergency? Like what happened and how the Prime Minister,
Okay,
she also
how? Okay,
manipulated.
I would like to ask you one thing. That how emergency was wrong? Could you
Hmm.
explain?
I don't know
You have
anything.
just
That's
mentioned
why I'm asking
you are
you.
reading that book even now,
Yeah.
so you can
Hmm.
just explain it better.
Yes. See, that book is a fictional one. It deals with the life of people who were affected by emergency,
No, at least the
right?
thing which were happening,
Hmm.
the points like castration and some other things, this
Yeah.
will be there. So what
Yes, it is
about?
there that they were trying to stop childbirth. Like they were trying to control the population, not childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to use.
Yeah.
But the kind of corrupted system it had, the whole country. Do you know what happened? Just to fulfill their quota, they were catching people who were lower caste.
Hmm.
They didn't have any voice, they didn't have any support. They forcefully did that operation. And just imagine, like somebody who is 16 years old, 18 years old, they went through that. Somebody who was 17 years old, 80 years old, they
Hmm.
also had to go through that operation. Why? Because of the corrupt system. Yes, what government wanted was a great vision. Obviously, we needed to control the population, but what about lower caste people who didn't have any voice at all? Because all the government officers, they wanted to fulfill their quota, because government had announced that if you are not fulfilling your quota, you will not receive your salary.
Hmm.
So what they started doing, they started catching random people,
Hmm. No, the
forcing them to go
thought
through.
that government would have taken action against it, that they shouldn't catch them forcibly. That's it. Other than that, that magic wasn't wrong. And because of this high population, we are suffering a lot.
Yes, we are no doubt.
And at that time, you must have heard or even read also that people have started to come to the offices on time and even leave the offices on time.
Hmm.
Corruption had decreased a lot at that time.
Yes,
So
because there was
what happening?
extra pressure. Hmm. There were new rules that you could be arrested and there would be no trial for 2 years. So people were also scared of that.
Yeah, but for whom that was? It was only for
Sorry.
those people who are just opposing them.
Not just opposing them, she was also controlling, the whole government was controlling media that time also. Like whoever was publishing against her, they were either taken to the jail and there was no bail whatsoever. And no voices at all. I think, the question I asked you earlier, why this book is not getting popular.
The manner in which the BJP controlled other movements.
Hmm.
Simplicity was controlling the same thing.
Yes,
It was just
exactly.
against the
That was
opposition
my
parties
point.
only.
Yeah.
Weren't suffering. So why won't you oppose? But they were getting support from the kingdoms whose property has been confiscated by the Indira government by revoking a private council, a privy purse.
Hmm.
And under privy purse, they were getting lots of money from the government, and because they have donated some land to the government, that's why. But how long the government would have paid money to those kings? without any reason. You have given the donated the land around 25 years ago. Then how long one should get money for that? And those
Yeah.
people and those BJP and RSS were getting support from these people.
Hmm.
And these people are supporting BJP and RSS even now.
Yeah.
So, and these are just traditional people who just want to regain their old position
Hmm.
they got from casteism.
I think whoever is in power, the people who are from lower caste, they have suffered a lot. I think
Yeah,
things
they
have
have some.
started.
Look,
Hmm.
because of that awareness too came, and because of those
Hmm.
sufferings only, BSP and Samajwadi Party, RJD kind of party came up.
Hmm.
Without suffering, this kind of thing wouldn't have happened. So this was just a blessing in disguise. Disguise, you can say.
So I think, the kind of books I'm reading, the one we discussed, The White Tiger, it also had a similar kind of theme, but it was modern. It was based on modern society, like 2014, before 2014.
Hmm.
So even that was criticizing the
Before
government.
2008, because it was written in 2007 or 8, I think.
Yeah, so it was dealing before 2014, the event of before 2014.
Hmm.
So I don't think this kind of books can be written right now
Hmm.
or published right now.
Things have become very tough these days.
Yeah,
Hmm.
nobody will pass that kind of a story. Yeah, we will get films like Dhurandhar, no doubt. People
Hmm.
will get mad at me in the
Say?
people will get mad at me in the comments, but whatever you say, if we leave that movie, the story, it was not worth our time.
Yeah. You only went to see that movie.
Yeah,
I did it
even I
yet.
watched both parts.
Yeah. You
I
saw
watched
that.
both parts. So,
Saw in some the video only. Real
hmm.
that movie.
So I don't think we should talk about it if you haven't watched it. Like the first part, I mean, film wise, I went to watch it just for the sake of Ranveer Singh.
Hmm.
I love films.
Hmm.
Like I can't describe how much I love storytelling and particularly cinema. This is something I always look forward to go to theaters and watch films.
Acha,
But recently,
why don't you write short stories? Yeah,
short
you can
stories.
write.
Hmm.
Salman Rushdie
But
wrote Midnight Children, I think in when he was 30, I think.
30, 13 or 30,
30, 30.
30.
Yeah, 30.
I haven't read anything from Salman Rushdie. Maybe I should.
Yeah.
But
Look,
I think
you
today I
can
will.
start with Midnight Children. A
Hmm.
fantastic book.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to read
And
it.
it got
Like,
the prize of, it got Booker's Booker only also. Not just
yeah.
simple Booker. It's Booker's Booker.
Hmm. Okay.
This novel is so good.
Hmm. My list of, I know we are discussing different things today, but my list of books are increasing day by day, like what I want to read.
It keeps
And
increasing.
yeah, and it feels like I have to reduce some other things, like the kind of time I have been spending on social media or with other form of content. I have to reduce and read more because I think we get that kind of time in our life when we enjoy certain kind of media. I don't know about you, but I have gone through that phase already in the last 6 or 7 years.
Hmm.
You get my point? What I'm trying to say? Like you
No,
enjoy a certain piece of media.
no.
Uh, for example, when I was in high school, I was watching a lot of animated things, animated
Yeah,
movies.
these things
Mm,
definitely changes with time. These will change.
yeah.
You will keep growing, and with time, your taste will definitely change.
No, no, the taste is a different thing. I'm talking about fascination with a certain piece of media. Like I still love animation. I still watch those things. And a lot of people like you associate animation with watching it is for kids or it is for young adults.
Hmm.
But animation is for everyone.
Animation, I am not in the habit. I haven't just watched it much, but
Hmm.
as a child, I used to love comics. Even now, I like
Yeah.
comics. If I
Yes,
get some
yes.
good comics, I do buy and read it.
Hmm.
So
So
this,
that's not for kids only. You know, there are multiple genres in comics also that is particularly for adults.
Those kind of comics I haven't read.
Hmm. By the way, I had recommended a show to you, Attack on Titan. You remember the animated show?
Yeah, yeah,
Did you
yeah. I
try?
remember. I haven't seen it, but I remember.
Hmm.
Yesterday
I
or
think.
day before yesterday, I saw some animated movie. I
Hmm.
couldn't complete because the light went and we just slept. And my wife completed that movie, but I couldn't complete. But I saw half of the movie and it was good. And the name
Hmm.
of that movie was Reshuffled or something kind of that. It's on,
Reshuffled?
yeah,
Reshuffle.
yeah, something like that
Tell
only.
me the starting of the story. What was it about?
Hmm.
You remember the story?
Yeah, to some extent, I do remember there was a cat, and
Hmm.
the cat, there was a cat, and he have his own group. There were a
Hmm.
parrot, and they have their own groups. And
Hmm.
one cat and one parrot, just because of some magic, just their identity got changed, and the parrot became
Hmm.
mouse, and the mouse became parrot, and they both
Hmm.
started to understand each other's world in a very proper manner. And in the
Hmm.
end, they fought with the common enemy. And how they fought
Okay,
with
I
the
haven't seen
enemy,
that.
this story is based upon that.
Hmm.
And this even shows that if the one will just put one's foot on the other's shoe, then one will start understanding the problems of their, the problem of those people also. And it's very
Yeah.
important that people don't try to just put their feet on others' shoe. This is the biggest problem.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah, we have to.
if a few staunch Hindus will be forced to read Quran and few the Islamists will be forced to read Gita and other things, they will start understanding each other better.
Yeah.
Like some Brahmins and other upper caste will be forced to live the life of a Sudra, and Sudra will be asked to give the life of a Brahmana. Then they will be able to understand each other's life in a very proper manner,
Yeah.
and then they will be able to find out solution. If this kind of thing will happen. And when I was watching the movie, this very thought was coming in my mind.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, animation has this freedom. Like you can explore the kind of a story you want to. So they have a lot of opportunities to make different style of stories, different kinds
Mhm.
of stories.
Yeah.
So,
One more thing I would like to say. Because I think
mm,
this is a bit important because you read books. So yeah, I think it will be important. That few years back I bought Arthashastra. You know Arthashastra?
yeah.
It's been written by Kautilya or Chanakya.
Hmm.
Okay. So I bought that in Hindi.
Hmm.
Later on, I bought a book in later I book because I found it insufficient. So I bought Arthashastra in English, and that was
Hmm.
some different publication. I don't remember the name of the publication, but even that book wasn't sufficient. And then 2 days back, I bought one just Arthashastra from Penguin, and then I found that yes, this is the real book.
Yeah.
Hmm. Because the
Yeah,
Hindi
it
one
happened.
was, look, the Hindi one was up around 234 pages or something, and the
Hmm.
English one was up around 400 something. But the Penguin one, which I bought, it's up 800 plus pages.
Yeah.
So
So what
when I,
Penguin does,
when I do gradually, as I was reading, then gradually I just discovered that one should buy books from good publications.
exactly.
Because early
Exactly.
I even have read The Prince of Machiavelli,
Hmm.
a very good book, and it's comparable to Arthashastra because they both are very notorious books.
Hmm.
So then they both these books deals with the how people can be manipulated and their support can be garnered and money can be just squeezed out from them, etc. There are
Yeah.
many other things as well, but these things are
Hmm.
there, part of those books. So, and that book also, the Prince also I bought from some different just books publisher. So I am just thinking that I should buy it even a Penguin. I think that will be better.
Yeah.
Penguin
But
publisher
the problem,
very fine manner. What do you say?
the number of pages you mentioned, what Penguin does, they add a lot of vocabulary section and pointers. Like even if the book is 400 pages, they will add extra 200 pages, not 200, at least 50, 60 pages in the vocabulary section and pointers related to it. And also they introduce the what's the book about.
Hmm.
There is an introduction about the author, about the book. Some other author talks about uh, what he has felt. So that's the difference. And obviously, publication matters because, especially if you are reading a foreign author whose work has been translated, so publication matters a lot because you want to read something which is accurate to the idea he was trying to convey. So
Hmm.
these big publications have a lot of money, or not a lot of money. A lot of things are related to it.
Hmm.
But recently, an incident happened, which I would like to discuss in our upcoming session. That piracy on piracy, but we already have limited number of public libraries in our country.
Hmm.
So-called libraries are there.
Yeah.
So not everyone can afford books,
Hmm.
right? Books, penguin books are expensive.
Hmm.
But also then there is the thing piracy. A lot of pirated books are being sold, especially in Delhi.
Hmm.
So they closed every library or shops which were selling these books. Not everything, but a lot of uh, books were bookshops were closed because of piracy.
Okay.
So I want your opinion. In the next session, maybe you can prepare some ethical ideas that whether it is correct or not, whether piracy should be allowed, especially in terms of education, while when it comes to reading books. So let's discuss this in our next session.
Okay. Okay. This is a good topic, definitely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right then. Have a good weekend. See you.
Same for you. Bye.
Bye.